because we are big fans of Sid Neymar here. I really like him. And if you do like lore, informational videos that go a little bit deeper, this is your guy making some really good content. It shouldn't be missed, guys. We did watch a video reacting to him the other day, showing the leaks of potentially that we've already seen from Kuro herself, maybe alluding to this is what Rinascita could look like. We reacted to a video of him talking about Rover's secret power, a potential new Echo coming to the game, and now everything we know about Rinascita and Wuthering Waves, no leaks. Let's check it out then.
Rinascita has been mentioned by various characters and NPCs in Wuthering Waves, and what they say has a lot more meaning than I initially thought. Everything in this video is based on official information. No information in this video is based on leaked information.
No leaks. No leaks.
Kuro has posted a scene of what they have used as a reference for some designs in their game. This was posted in 20...
Yeah, there's a lot of allusion to Atlantis, Greek mythology. Rinascita means rebirth, or like, yeah, rebirth, and some of the words in Italian, I believe, or Roman Italian, as far as I'm aware. You know, looking at a lot of the stuff, definitely looks like we might be going towards a European-styled area next.
2022 it contains 2 images of the Atlantis DLC from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We know that the architecture and story of Wuthering is an adaptation of Chinese mythology, so Atlantis, which is from Greek mythology, is more likely an inspiration for another region. Storekeeper confirms this idea in Act 8 by saying that Rinascita has a field of daisies and violets.
I remember the field of flowers we once saw in Rinascita, how beautiful those daisies and violets were.
Apart from being symbolic in Greek and Roman mythology, a daisy and violet field is also in the
My guy is cooking. My guy is cooking.
Atlantis trailer for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the very same DLC they used as references. Rinascita is also an Italian name which means rebirth, and in the first Lolo campaign event, Machi says that a customer bought jerky in Rinascita. The European origin of jerky is from the Romans. So these 4 pieces of evidence...
Yo, I didn't know that. I didn't know the jerky was from the Romans. Okay, I learned something new today.
Indicate that Rinascita's architecture is inspired from Assassin's Creed Odyssey's Atlantis and Greek and Roman mythology. The 2 mythologies are very alike.
I ain't going to speak about it because I saw leaks, and I mentioned this before, that from a lot of the leaked images that I did see, definitely getting those vibes, you know. I won't go into it, but yeah, definitely getting those vibes.
And this is the same way that Wuthering's architecture, lore, atmosphere, and hierarchy are of Chinese mythology. But this is not where it ends. After watching the Assassin's Creed Odyssey Atlantis trailer, the MC is called the Keeper.
I like this game.
Fulfill your destiny, Keeper.
This immediately made me think of Shorekeeper, so I went to watch a full 8-hour gameplay walkthrough of this DLC.
Oh my god, bro. Did you really? Yo, I respect the work, you know. I respect the work. Now, this is theory crafting, you know? This is actually being like, okay, I see something. I'm assuming something. Let me go and back up my assumptions.
And that is where everything that is possibly in Rinascita just made sense. The next part in question is the atmosphere of Rinascita. The creatures, the features of both man-made creations and nature. The only confirmation we have is that the manta rays, seen since version 1.0, are a teaser for Rinascita. Again, at the beginning of the DLC, you need to open the Great Seal to access the submerged Atlantis. Outside the seal and submerged area, you can see the manta rays. It's even on the poster of the Fate of Atlantis DLC. We know that there is an underwater building with 3 symbols from the Black Shores teaser. One theory for this building shown in Wuthering Waves is possibly the game's adaptation for the Great Seal. Want to call out the 3 names of the constellations or symbols of the Great Seal, the journey begins through Elysium, the underworld, and Atlantis. 3 cities that fell thanks to the previous generation of the MC. But considering Wuthering Waves probably won't just copy and paste the story, only get inspiration, the 3 realms
it's going to have a twisting because it's going to link into the typical East and stuff as well. It's going to be like a merger in a sense, isn't it? Like, you know, because like how Rover's based on, he's based on some of the, what is it, Anarchy or whatever it's called. But yeah, dude, I again, man, Sid's cooking. Sid is cooking. That's all I can say.
Have a number
It's
of
above my pay grade
possibilities.
now.
Again, this could be 3 realms, 3 celestials, 3 sentinels, 3 cities. We don't know. Another feature we do know of Rinascita is that it is the land of echoes, and they are next level and talk.
See, I was just say we know that, we've heard that, I remember that. I have been saying this. This is an opportunity to definitely ramp up the amount of echoes we've got in the game, and if it's the land of echoes, I'm hopeful. And again, from a leaked image I saw, there was an echo. Potentially, it's an echo. It looked like if we're going to have some talking stuff, that could be one that does. Which, when you think about it, when the game initially came out, man, the Crown list spoke. So, I don't know, it still sucks that we lost that.
I don't hear an echo talking every day, but it's not that uncommon either. I heard there's a country called what? Anyway, the echoes there are
What?
next level.
Now the wording here is important because echoes refer to the remnant energy left behind, not the tacit discord itself. This could mean that the echoes themselves are not just from tacit discords, but the frequencies are from more advanced civilizations that were destroyed by the lament. Remember, we had a talking tacit discord when meeting Scar. The bit I want to rule out is the potential for the echoes of Rinascita to be enhanced through scientific experiments. If this was possible, I'm sure this kind of information would spread, and the Academy would do this for all regions with echoes encapsulated within the gourds or Pangu terminals. So it is more likely that Rinascita has a previous human civilization that was much more advanced and stronger, with some remnant energy that is much more advanced and stronger, which allows the remnant frequencies to have a more lifelike or next level echo. And those echoes stored in the gourds are used for day-to-day living. This would match the theme of Greek mythology that has advanced early generations, lost to
talking
destruction
Pokemons,
and
boys.
hubris. In the Atlantis DLC, there were humans that were experimented on to become more powerful than the gods, and they became monsters like Cyclops, Medusa, and Minotaurs.
We spoke about this in his previous video, actually, in regards to artificial resonators and potentially Scar could be said. So, you know, that'd be interesting if we did, because, like, you know, that, you know, all roads kind of point to that potential experimentation going on between humans and resonances of other resonators and tacit discords themselves, because I think that's what the Fraxiters kind of want, don't they? They kind of want, like, the harmony between humans and resonators and tacits themselves, and it all, like, you know, kind of coming together. So it would make sense that they are doing those sort of experiments.
Last two features that we can see from the concept images released by Kuro are the boats in a harbor and the square-like terrain. Considering that the story of Atlantis is before its destruction in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that you can see the same boat design in the dev's concept, it is likely that this is the inspiration, along with the white marble blocks that are all over the area. Wuthering Waves also has a futuristic take on designs, while Atlantis itself was theorized as an advanced civilization. The story of Atlantis gets very deep, and
I hope if we do have something like that, and it is kind of based on Atlantis, I hope we get to see it as is and not like post-apocalypse, because I'd really like to see a more larger metropolis area within this game, if I'm honest. I hope, like, every area we don't go to is kind of past its prime. I want to see some stuff that feels a bit more bustling.
it will take very long to explain it fully for every possible connection to Wuthering Waves. It's also only a fraction of Greek and Roman mythology. The main point to take, if the lore of Rinascita is also heavily inspired from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, is that it is a land that boasts perfection but is built upon deceit, or to put it another way, good from far and far from good. But there are also other time periods from Greek and Italian history that are significant, like the Spartans, the Trojan War, the Renaissance, as well as figures
a shit ton. If you're going to go through Greek and Roman history and mythology, you've got an absolute cornucopia of things to base your stuff on, really. It's endless, isn't it, really? You know, well, Europe, Chinese, European is like, you know, as two areas, they're steeped in history, mythology, and things to come up with, aren't they, really? You know, like, they're good areas to go for if you really want to, like, delve into creating some ideas and finding inspiration.
Like Alexander the Great, Marcus Aurelius, and many more. The MC in Assassin's Creed is a hybrid between human and Olympian, and therefore became the Dicastis, which means judge or juror. So this could possibly become the theme for Rover in this lifetime in Rinascita. Rover is human and has the power of Abby. Along the same line, the MC in Assassin's Creed was a present being reliving the memories of her ancestor that was an assassin who was shown the memories of their ancestor as
Kind of almost feels a little bit like that with Rover, doesn't
the
it?
Custis of Atlantis in its last days. We know that Shorekeeper and Rover were in Rinascita before, so a previous version of Rover was present. But we do not know if Rover's previous lifetime in Solaris 3 was as Salvation, or if Rover was a hero turned villain. This is the theme.
See, I hope to God we lean into that, because I've been asking that for a while. I don't want Rover to be seen by everybody as this golden child, this amazing hero we all must bow down. I'd like to go to some areas where maybe some of the choices that either Rover did purposefully, because that was what they believed, or just by accident for the powerful being they are, they left some destruction in their wake, and some peoples from different areas don't actually see the Rover as a positive force for good, and are actually against the Rover because they're like, yo, last time we remember you, shit went to shit basically, and a lot of people died, or there was famine and destruction. I think that'd be a really cool thing to lean into.
In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the good intentions of a previous generation of MC that ultimately resulted in destruction.
Yeah,
the
man.
current MC learns from these memories that the only way forward is to prevent that power from being obtainable rather than letting everyone have it, therefore becomes the Keeper. The only bit of information we have about Rover's past journey was that they were once a legendary hero, and their journey was filled with twists of fate thanks to this ciphered dialogue in the Black Shores teaser. Again, this is theorizing from the facts we know, which is that Rinascita is inspired from Atlantis in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, thanks to Shorekeeper describing the landscape symbolic to this same mythology. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video.
Damn, bro, Sid is cooking, man. What is he cooking over there, buddy? He's cooking, and we eating good because of it. Jeez. Man, guys, if you haven't checked out Sid Neymar, I've got to say, in my opinion, one of the best people doing it in the Wuthering wave space at the minute. You know, again, you got people like me doing lazy as shit reaction content and just streaming. I know it is what it is. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy watching this sort of content myself. But, you know, you've got like people doing guides. Again, I feel like there's definitely a place for that. It's important, and it's shit that I couldn't do. You know, you got people doing tier lists, all that sort of stuff. Yappers, drama people. This is the sort of shit I like to see. This is good, man. We need more of this in the community, because I feel like this generates deeper thoughts about the game, and I like it, man, because we've got an interesting world. You should definitely check him out. Show him some love, because, yeah, man. Again, that's what I really want to see. I'd love it if that is kind of the area we're going to. At the end of the day, I can't wait to go to whatever area's next. The stuff that we've kind of got, like, little teases towards those seem really cool. But yeah, again, for me, I agree with you, Straight Jacket. Some character development with Rover's needed. I mentioned this in my story video. I want Rover to be more than a plot device. At the moment, he or she is just a plot device. An interesting plot device. I'm not saying they're not interesting, but the Rover themselves isn't. They're just kind of bland, aren't they? If you think of all the characters in the game, they're the least interesting character in the game, aren't they? That's why I keep saying I'd like to see more of the other characters. But make the Rover more interesting. Make me care more about the Rover's journey. You know, make it not such a perfect history as well. I want to see some confliction and some disagreements between the group. New characters that pop up who don't see you as the amazing thing that we've been led to believe that she is or he is at the moment. And it would be nice to go to some areas that maybe are standoffish, because they're like, we don't trust you, you know. Last time we saw somebody like you with the name that you've got, and you know, stuff didn't go to plan, and it wasn't a good time for us. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, guys, check out Sid Neymar, man. I think there's nobody doing it better at the minute. If anybody else has got any other lore channels as well, I'd definitely like to check them out, because I love this sort of stuff. But yeah, guys, check him out. Show some love. Show some love. Rover might be the actual leader of the organisation Scar is a part of. Yeah, your MC forgot. Again, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the case, Thunder. Because like at the minute, it feels like Rover was involved in pretty much everything. I don't know if I like that, so to speak. But I would definitely, because like Obviously, what we don't know, Scar's probably going to become playable. How's that going to work into the story? How does he switch from being an antagonist to being part of the crew? Is it that we learn more that what Scar's up to isn't actually all that nefarious, and we learn more about what's going on, and actually we need to tread the same sort of path or team up with him at some point? Maybe Scar learns something new. Maybe Scar's eyes are awakened and he switches what he's doing. You know, I'll be interested to see what happens there. But I hope to God, because for me, Scar's one of the most interesting characters in the game. I hope it's not just on a dime, you know, kind of like how the Shorekeeper situation was, where Scar's this antagonist, he's kind of a baddie, he's a goodie now. I really hope that doesn't happen, because that'd suck if that happens. Because I think he's one of the most interesting characters in the game. I was thinking and theorising that Rover is a past villain base of what Jue said about what Rover will choose this time. Yeah. I'd like the idea that, you know, even if we've got like, it's almost multiversal in a sense, kind of like in the Matrix, that it's happened multiple times. Potentially shit went wrong in some of the instances and it had to be kind of reset and go again. And that would definitely be interesting. Together we are gathering wives. This is true. Lazy mode is going step by step, which is better than rush through all of it. I love lazy mode. Yeah, true. We make the same mistake as Terra Fancy turning your MC into the stories into a site. Agree. If you're going to give me a protagonist, I understand that you're kind of like, it's a self-insert in a way. You know what I mean? Or it doesn't have to be that for me. Like, allow me to enjoy Rover's story as much as the other characters. This is why I think I'm crying out for more companion quests and potentially even a patch that's dedicated to 2 or 3 of the characters' story throughout the entirety of the patch. And Rover's not even involved because, for me, some of the best parts of the storytelling in Wuthering Waves so far have been like Chang Li, Jinxi's story, Jian's. Like, I found those super interesting because they're just better rounded characters, aren't they? There's more to them. You know, you understand their plight more. Rover's just, in essence, an avatar, a shell for you in a way, isn't he? I want Scar to be the organisation as against Rover's destruction and mayhem, he bought. Yeah, that'd be cool as well. That you think they're the bad guys, but you actually find out, I don't know, they just seem like the bad guys because they're willing to do the things that needs to be done. Villain origins score massively high in games, but the hero thing has been used over 25 years by now in games and it got boring too quickly. Agree. I think I'd like to, because we've got tropes in the game, of course, haven't we? With this all-powerful being. We've got amnesia. You know, the things, the story beats have been quite tropey. But I can be a fan of tropes, I can, if they're done interestingly. But I just don't find the Rover that interesting. But maybe we'll get, I think the plot device is interesting. The Rover themselves is kind of boring, aren't they? I want the story to be more nuanced, not surface level, good versus bad. Yeah, I'm here for that. I can get down with good versus evil, because one of my favourite books ever and universes ever is Lord of the Rings, and that is literally good v evil, you know? It's the irredeemable versus the light, but it's also incredibly interesting. If you go down good v evil, you got to do it right, you know? Your characters, your reasons for your characters to do the things and your world building has to be up here. But if you're going to go down a more nuanced area, I think you get a little bit more freedom in that stuff then. And it's just about telling a story that like is interesting and you can't exactly be like, I know what's happening next kind of situation. So if the MC is an anti-hero or villain, that would be a change of pace, and also the main reason people play gacha games due to this is, yeah, I agree. I think it'd be interesting. I did watch the past cutscenes and they were cool. Like just the little thing of everybody kind of not trusting you. And when they see you absorb the echo, the first thing she does is pull out a strap and puts it to your face and is like, bitch, I'll blow your head off. That to me was cool. Where we got the version we got now was Rover does some shit nobody's ever seen before and everyone's like, yay! You know, where you wouldn't do that really, would you? Be like, wait a minute, can we trust this new chick who just fell out the sky? And now she's sucking echoes up with her hands. I don't know if it's a good idea to probably trust her, but we didn't, did we? So I guess. I do find it interesting who is a Rover and then what is a Rover. Oh yeah, I do. I definitely think the plot device of the Rover itself is interesting. Like, what is she? How does she relate to the grander scheme of the cosmos? And, you know, because I like lore. I'm the type of person that I love. I like to, fantasy-wise, I like to see, you know, how the universe was created. the pantheon of gods, you know, how cultures around this fantasy world were created and their links to their individual gods and how everything, you know, I like history sort of stuff in that regards from fantasy. So I am interested in that stuff, but at the same time, I want the character themselves to actually be interesting because we're experiencing it through them, aren't we? Not what I meant, rather flashbacks. Oh, I haven't seen that, no. I might have to have a look at that. It will be a plot twist if Rover joins Scar and abandons Black Shores or acts neutral. Yeah. Where we end at the final chapter finding out, though, through reveals that Rover was creating his own new greater evil organisation. Now that will be a fourth wall break. I'll be here for it. It'd definitely be something different and it'd be kind of interesting.